Hey guys, and good morning. Today we're going to do a gentle flow to help awaken our body. It is suitable for all levels. You don't need any props, but optional is to have a folded blanket or just a nice little pillow to sit on. All right, let's start. All right, guys, so let's start in a seated position, just coming cross-legged or sitting in hero's pose, whatever is comfortable for you. We will just take a moment to settle in. You can close your eyes, finding some softness in your body, and beginning to connect to your breath. Start to slow down the breathing and see if you can begin to gradually build up your ujjayi breath, contracting the back of the throat and creating a bit of this ocean sound as you inhale and exhale. If ujjayi breathing is new for you, don't worry, just stick with a deeper belly breathing. Take a few more deep breaths here. And now from here, bringing your hands in front of the heart space. Let's take a deep inhale together, just sweeping the arms to the side and up. Exhale as you lower the hands in front of the heart space. Let's do that a few more times. Breathe in, sweep the arms up. Breathe out and lower. One more time, inhale, sweep the arms up. This time, exhale, just hold onto the elbows. Reach up through the arms, inhale, slightly lifting. With your exhalation, leaning a little bit over to the right side. Good, inhale and hold. With your exhalation, just slowly come back to center. Inhale, keep lifting up through those arms. With your exhalation, now leaning over to the left side. Great, inhale, come back to center. And now with your exhalation, just release those elbows and lower the arms slowly all the way down. From here, reach your arms forward. Let's take the right arm over the left to create eagle arms. If it's too much to wrap your forearms together like this, just hold on to your shoulders. Now we will bring the elbows in line with the shoulders and then take an in-breath, just lightly lifting the chest and tilt your head back. With your exhalation, you're going to draw those elbows in towards the belly and rounding your upper back. Inhale, lifting those arms up, lift the chest. And with your exhalation, maybe round the back a little bit deeper this time. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting. And with your exhalation, pull those elbows in, rounding your spine. Inhale, lift up. With your exhalation, just reach those arms forward. See if you can now take the left arm over the right. Again, create the same variation. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale and rounding your whole back. Good. Inhale, lift. You can gradually increase the movement. With your exhalation, move around the spine just a little bit more. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, last time, rounding your whole spine. Inhale, come all the way up to seated. With your exhalation this time, just lower your hands all the way down. Let's bring ourselves up onto our hands and knees in whatever way feels best for you. Take that pillow or blanket to the side. And let's continue to warm up our backs. This time we're gonna tuck our toes in to go a little bit deeper. Drop the belly, lift the chest, inhale here. With your exhalation, place the tops of the feet down and round your spine. A little bit more. Inhale, tuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the heart. With your exhalation, round your back. Inhale, tuck the toes. One more time. With your exhalation this time, just sit back. Take those knees a little bit wider apart and settle in to a nice, relaxing child's pose. Take a few breaths here, feeling that beautiful connection to your breathing. And then start to walk your hands over to the right side, reaching through the fingers. You don't have to lower the forehead down. Sometimes it might feel good to keep the head a little bit lifted and focusing more on that reach. Breathing into the left side of your body. Feel those small muscles lengthening, connecting to the ribs. Great, and now come back to center. And do the same thing on the other side. Just walk over towards the left. Breathing into the right side of your body. Staying with that deep belly breath or ujjayi breathing. Enjoying the space that you're inviting. Great, and then come back to center. Let's lower the forehead down. Take the arms alongside your body. And see if you can go for a bind now. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Now, if you feel quite tight here in your shoulders, you might just keep those arms pretty close to the back and focusing on inviting some length through the arms. So extending them, reaching your fist back. If you're able to lift those arms a little bit higher up and away from the back, please do so. Maybe the arms are extending more upwards towards the ceiling. Now roll a little bit onto the forehead. So swaying with your upper body a little bit from right to left. And see if you can move a little deeper into the right shoulder and then into the left shoulder. Good. One more breath here. And now let's gently release those arms all the way down. Let them relax alongside your body and just feel the effect for a moment. Take one more deep breath here. And then reach the arms forward. Bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees and take your knees a little bit closer together. From here, we're just going to create some circular movements, moving clockwise, bringing some movement into those hips, into the shoulders, into the wrists. You're free to make these circles a little bit bigger if you'd like, or maybe a little bit smaller. And then switch directions, start to circle the other way. Feeling our body awakening, becoming a little bit warmer, a little bit more space. Nice. And then from here, let's tuck our toes in, lifting up high now into our first downward facing dog. Now, early in the morning, you might notice that the hamstrings, the back of the legs, feel a little bit stiff. So you're more than welcome to bend the knees here. Keep actively pushing into your hands. You want to spread all your 10 fingers, rooting down into the palms, feeling that the space below the index finger is also nicely connecting. Make sure your back is straight. Might feel good to also pedal out the feet here, just bending one leg at a time a little bit deeper and pulling one heel at a time closer to the ground. Doesn't have to connect, but just feel that we're moving a little bit deeper into that hamstring stretch. Great, now from here, let's take an in-breath, shift forward, plank position. Lower down your knees to the ground. With your exhalation, gently lower your upper body. Let's point our toes here. Inhale, lightly lift up, baby cobra. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. And exhale to lower. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale out. Lower the chest down. Take your hands right underneath the forehead and just allow yourself to drop into those hands. Bend your legs here. And let's do a few reverse windshield wipers. Just sway your feet from right to left. And as you go from side to side, allow your hips to lift a little bit, one at a time. I'm just inviting a soft rotation here into the hips, into the low back. Great, and then from here, extend those legs forward. Take your fingers now a little bit wider apart. See if you can spread your fingers nice and wide and really claw them into the ground. From here, let's root those fingertips down. Inhale, lifting up into this cobra variation. See if you can bring the rib cage up from the ground. With your exhalation, slowly release all the way down. Inhale again, lifting up, stretching out the belly, and exhale to lower. One more time, inhale, lifting up. Great, exhale and lower. Take those hands underneath the shoulders now and see if you can slowly press yourself up and back, returning into our downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog now, notice if you might have a little bit more space. Maybe start to straighten out the legs. And if that feels too much, if you notice that you're compensating the alignment, rounding your spine, then again, please keep those knees bent. From here, let's lift the right leg up. Inhale. With our exhalation, let's step that all the way through. In between the hands. Lower down your knee to the ground. Let's keep our toes tucked in. Root your fingertips down. Start with shifting your hips forward here with an inhale, lifting through the heart. With your exhalation, roll onto your heel. Walk those hands slightly back and start to fold over the right leg. Great. Inhale, walk those hands back to the front. Shift your hips forward. And with your exhalation, roll onto that heel and fold. Going a little deeper into the hamstring now. Inhale. And with our exhalation, fold. Inhale, shift to the front. Exhale, hold. And with your next inhalation, lift those arms up high, coming into our lunge position. One more inhale here, lengthening through the arms. With your exhalation, join your hands together and see if you can come into a twist, rotating to the right side. Now, many times our hands here might end up close to the shoulder. So I want you to try to center those hands a little bit more in front of the heart. If you want the challenge this morning, then you can try to look past the shoulder, find the balance here. You might also lift the knee from the ground. And if that feels too much, just keep your knee down. One more inhale here. With your exhalation, come back to center. Lower your hands all the way down. Drop your knee once more if you have that lifted, and this time untuck your toes. See if you can toe heel your right foot a little further to the side. Drop into your hands and sway your body a little bit from right to left. Moving a little bit deeper into the hips, into the top of that left leg. Great. An option here is to now lower, go a little deeper. If that feels way too much, stay here on your hands. Otherwise, you could start with the left forearm lowering and see how that feels. Maybe the right forearm also drops. This is a great pose if you have blocks at home to place some blocks underneath your forearms to give you some support. Let's take another breath here. And then come back up on your hands. Let's tuck the toes in, lift the knee up, and see if you can now slide that right foot along the outside of your mat and bring yourself back to downward dog. Notice the difference between the sides for a moment. And then from downward facing dog, let's inhale, come forward, plank position. Exhale, drop the knees if you want to modify, or lower without the knees, all the way to the ground. Point your toes here, inhale, lift up, maybe a little higher for cobra. Exhale and lower. Tuck the toes in and lift yourself all the way up, downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's lift the left leg up high, inhaling. With your exhalation, step forward. Lower your right knee to the ground. Keep the toes tucked in, root the fingertips down. Then inhale, shift your hips forward. And with your exhalation, again, roll onto that heel, walk your hands a little back and fold. Inhale, let's shift to the front. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, hold. And with your next inhalation, sweep those arms up. Exhale. Take another inhale to prepare. Then exhale, join your hands together. Now we twist to the left side. So remembering to center your hands in front of the chest. Either stay here or you could also look past your shoulder. Maybe you choose to lift that knee up. Take a couple of breaths here in the twist. Feel the compression happening at the belly. One more inhale. And with your exhalation, gently dip that knee down. Come back to center and lower your hands down to the ground. Untuck your toes for the next pose. Toe heel your left foot further to the side. So you should have a 45-degree angle here for a lizard pose. Root your hands right underneath the shoulders. And see if you can just move a little bit from right to left. Notice that I'm pulling the right shoulder a little bit forward, allowing my hip to drop. And then I move it back. So I kind of sway a little bit into the shoulders. Now either stay nice and high, or you could drop, maybe just the right forearm, or explore the left forearm as well. What many times happen here is that we start to puff the upper back up. So see if you can try to find a little bit of length. Drop a little bit into the belly and feel that you're pulling your chest forward. Breathe here nice and deep. One more inhale. With your next exhalation, come back onto your hands. Let's see if we can explore that transition again, just tucking the toes in, lifting the knee, and as you shift your hips back, pull that left foot along the outside of the mat. From your downward dog, inhale, come forward. Exhale, either lower to the ground or maybe you hover halfway. With your inhalation, you can choose cobra or upward dog. With your exhalation, come back to downward facing dog. Great, take a few breaths here. Notice the body a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more awakened. One more inhale. And with your exhalation, see if you can cross over those ankles. Rock yourself back to come to seated. Now, optional is to take a blanket and to sit on the edge. This might be helpful if you feel some stiffness in your low back or along the back of the legs. From here, let's take a deep breath in, sweep the arms up. With our exhalation, folding forward. Either just frame your legs here, that's fine. Or you could go for yoga toe lock. Peace fingers wrapping around those big toes. Inhale, create a little more length. And with your exhalation, begin to go slightly deeper. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, full deeper. Breathing in. Exhale out, feeling that we're transitioning a little deeper with each out breath. Last inhale. And exhale. From here, take an inhalation. Release those feet if you have that grip. And just roll yourself up to an upright position. We will take our hips a little bit more forward. And begin to come down to the ground. We're gonna do a reclined pigeon pose. So option is to support your head here, just keeping that blanket in place. Tuck your tailbone under and start to slowly come all the way down to the ground. Now from here, pull those knees a little bit closer into the chest and sway from side to side. Let yourself arrive here, down to the ground. And then lower your feet all the way down, hip width apart. And let's start with the right foot. The right ankle just crossing underneath the left knee. Take the right arm in between the legs, the left arm to the outside, and then interlace those fingers around the thigh. Now, if this feels good enough for you, just stay here. If it might feel too much, the option is to always just keep the left foot down to the ground. And if you want to go deeper, maybe you wrap your hands around the shin, just below the knee. Take a moment here to guide that beautiful opening into the outer track of the right leg. One more deep breath here. And with your exhalation, let's lower the left foot all the way down to the ground. Slide the right thigh directly on top of the left. See if you can push a little bit deeper into that left foot. Lift the hips up and come into a twist. The left hand can come to the outside of the thigh, extending through that right arm. And see if you can just create a straight line from the right shoulder. Your head can turn a little bit over to the right hand as well. Let's take a couple more breaths here on this side. Good, last breath. And then with your next inhalation, just slowly bring yourself back center. Let's lower down that right foot and directly taking the left ankle over the right knee. Choose your variation here. You can keep your foot down or wrap your hands around the thigh, maybe a little deeper, just holding around the shin. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And noticing how the left side feels. Maybe it's a little bit more spacious or maybe a little bit more tight. One more inhale. And with your exhalation, let's lower. Dropping that foot to the ground and entering our twist. Extending through the left arm away from the shoulder. Mindful if you are lifting that shoulder high up from the ground, see if you can just sink a little bit more into that left arm. Taking a few breaths here, feeling that nice compression now happening at the belly and the rotation along the spine. One last breath into the twist. Great, and then let's slowly come back to center, inhaling. Lowering the left foot down and see if you can take your feet a little bit wider now, just closing your practice here with a couple of windshield wipers. Moving your knees from right to left. Great. And now whenever you feel ready, just extend those legs forward. If it feels nice for you to keep that blanket underneath the back of the head, then you can do so. Maybe you want to bring some warmth to the belly. This is always very grounding, or you can cover your whole body with a blanket. Now let's relax those arms alongside the body, taking the feet a little wider apart, and just letting go. Surrender into the back of your body and allow yourself to embrace the effects from this practice. Let it all settle in. To wiggle your fingers, your toes, and give yourself a nice little morning stretch. Great, and now let's turn over to the side of our mat. And then gently rising up. to a seated position. Hands in front of the heart space. Namaste. I hope that you enjoyed this morning practice, that your body feels a little bit more awakened and vibrant. I wish you a lovely rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. See you next time.